What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about... There are lots of good games coming out in 2018, endless games. You've got Red Dead Redemption 2, The Last of Us 2, you've got the new Metro game, you've got Spider-Man, Days Gone, God of War, etc, etc, etc. There are so many games coming out in 2018. Now I decided to make a video that just tried to narrow it down to 3 titles, right? It was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, but I have, I think, picked 3 titles that are coming out in 2018 that I think are going to be awesome, fingers crossed. If you do enjoy the video, like and subscribe, and we're going to get straight into it. Thank you so much for watching.
You do the housework, the washing, you cook the meals.
Right away, Todd. Aren't you going to school today?
Around with my stuff. Maybe you think this is easy. Maybe you think it's my fault your fucking mother took off.
Back here?
You stay there. Don't you dare fucking move. Alice! It's all over now. Daddy isn't angry anymore.
First up today, as you can see from the trailer, we're going to talk about Detroit Become Human. Now, this is the only PS4 exclusive on this list today, and it could be one of the games that does tempt me into buying one. As you can tell from that little snippet in the trailer, I probably am recording this before I've made the video, obviously, so I've probably edited a few snippets there from the main gameplay trailer. As you can tell, it tackles a lot of difficult scenarios in real life and difficult scenarios that could happen in the near future, what with the developments in artificial intelligence and all of the such. Beyond all that though, beyond all the nerdy stuff, this game looks incredible. With a brand new engine, 2 years of script writing, God knows how many facial mocap sessions with various actors and actresses. The game is a monumental undertaking and one that seems to have come down really well. Originally derived from a tech demo that PS4 showed off called Kara back in 2012, this game is a full release. It's not an indie game, it's a full AAA release. The game is a third-person action-adventure based around the idea of androids that are developed to help the human race developing sentience. Somewhere, it's got a little hint of Blade Runner to it in the way that it's done. It's based around 3 characters. You've got the one called Kara, who achieves sentience. You've got an android that is deliberately designed to hunt down and destroy androids that have achieved sentience, and then you've got another android that's going out of their way to free other androids from their sentience. If all that makes sense, I congratulate you because I said android quite a lot then. In short, this game is based around player decisions and a Life is Strange mechanic where you can rewind to make other decisions. The more information you can collect before making these decisions does impact how successful your undertaking of that path is. Maybe you want to, like in a trailer, you maybe want to jump out the window, but as an example, I don't know if this is the case, but as an example, you need to find a key to open the window first. You need to put a ladder outside to make sure it's safe to get down when you do get out there, and if you don't do those things, there's a chance you might break your leg. Or whatever. Probably not the way it's going to go down, but that's the idea behind the game. It looks like a fantastic game. The voice acting looks incredible. Yet again, the motion capture in this game looks stunning. PS4 seem to be pushing that technology in all of their games as much as possible. And simply, I can't wait to play it. It is going to be one of those games that does push me into buying a PS4, I think, just because it does look like a genre-defining game. It's similar to Heavy Rain, it's similar to Mass Effect, it's similar to so many different types of games, and they put it all together so wonderfully that I think this game is going to be really good. Here's hoping that they don't fuck it up. Next up, we are talking about a game that I've actually mentioned in a couple of my other videos from a while back. This game is called Vampire, and by its very forthgiving title, you do play as a vampire, but the game doesn't just come down to murdering people as a cool creature of the night. No, this is an action RPG by nature, but you are a doctor in the game who gets turned into a vampire. The game is set during the 1912 or the 1918 Spanish flu epidemic of London. Can't remember which date. I'm sure I'll get that right at some point. The game is set during the 1918 Spanish flu epidemic in London and was researched by the game developers by looking at historical texts, fictional and factual locations and stuff, and actually coming to London and looking at the architecture around London. This game looks to have been very well thought out, with various choices and decisions open to you in the game. As a vampire, obviously, you need to feed on blood, but you can actually go through the whole game without doing that, and by supplementing yourself with other means. Doing this will inhibit your character progression, so you can't level up, so you won't gain as many combat skills or social skills that the vampires can get. But killing innocents to get all this stuff can have effect on the people around you. Anyone in this game can be targeted for feeding. Any civilian off the street can be targeted. You can learn their patterns, learn about them, learn where they like to go, learn when they're going to be alone and feed off of them then, or you can just take them down in the middle of the street, and I don't know what happens then, to be honest with you. I haven't seen too much of the combat. The bits I have seen of the combat though sound really cool. There are other vampires in this game, obviously, that you're going to fight. There are vampire hunters that you're going to fight. You can turn people into vampires, and the whole game is about this doctor's struggle between his oath as a healing professional and his need to feed and his desire to feed. And that idea can explore so many possibilities within the game that I'm really looking forward to seeing how it plays out. That and the game just looks fun. It's a vampire game, but you're not your sort of OP, kill everything vampire. You have to be stealthy. You have to take care in what you do. You have to try and maintain your cover as a doctor as well, which obviously becomes easier if you don't kill anyone. But who's going to really kill no one, right? It's a game about vampires. You're going to want to have fun. I can imagine there'll be some 50G achievement for going through the game without killing anyone that you don't have to, as there are boss fights and stuff like that have been confirmed. It looks like a really promising game, and I've been looking forward to it ever since the E3 announcement. It was actually due for release in November of last year, but due to some difficulties, I guess, with the production of the game, it's been moved to Q1/Q2 for PC, Xbox One and PS4. So it is on all three platforms, everyone can enjoy it. It looks really good. It's been a long time since I played a vampire game at all, let alone one that looks as promising as this. The action RPG setting of it in London in the 1910s, is that a thing? 1910s? In 1918, it just looks like a really cool setting, and playing as a vampire is gonna be awesome. And I like the player choice as well. Any game that offers significant player agency in how they approach the game, how they approach the ending. And there are multiple endings to this game, I believe, depending on how you tackle it. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how it will play out. There seems to be a lot of replayability value, and that is the theme with today's list, is the replayability value. Everyone likes to get their money's worth, and these three games, you should get your money's worth, theoretically. Here's hoping that Focus Home Interactive don't fuck it up. It could potentially be one of the best games of the year. Please be good. Now, the first two games on this list you might not have heard of or known much about in Detroit Become Human and Vampire, but this one is probably most people's anticipated game of the year, and it is called Anthem.
Hey!
Anthem both looks amazing, and yet you can't help but be cautious. It is developed by BioWare and published by EA, and it is at this point famous note of where all of the potential funds for Mass Effect Andromeda went. They diverted funds from the production of Mass Effect Andromeda into the production of Anthem. That sounds like a good thing, but Mass Effect Andromeda was so average that I can't help but be worried about the idea of Anthem. That and the fact that it is a completely new departure for BioWare. This is an online multiplayer action role-playing video game, 4 players, very much in the scope of Destiny. It plays and looks a little bit like Mass Effect, but it takes so many cues from Destiny that it's essentially EA and BioWare's answer to the success of Destiny 1. Not talking about Destiny 2 here. Now, Anthem is obviously set in an open world, and the idea behind the game is that you go out and explore and do quests and just undertaking awesome stuff in these customizable exosuits called Javelins. Now, when I say customizable, I mean it. There are standard classes of these exosuits. You have your tank ones, you have your balanced ones, you have your more agile ones. And then beyond that, they can all be customized with different weapons and superhuman abilities. Now, there hasn't been much released about the story behind this game, seeing it is an online multiplayer RPG. It can be taken as a good sign, though, that the writer of Knights of the Old Republic and the first 2 Mass Effect games is actually on board on Anthem. All 3 of those were terrific games, especially the first 2 Mass Effects for story development, just incredible stuff. So hopefully Anthem can really fulfill that need from BioWare, because Andromeda, while it had a good story, it failed to maintain a lot of people's interest because of their devotion to the other areas of the universe with the first 2 Mass Effect games. Anthem is a brand new game for EA and BioWare. They have been talking about it being a 10-year pursuit if it goes well. We've heard that before with Destiny 1, obviously. But Anthem has all of the makings to be a fantastic game. Saw gameplay at the last E3 on the Xbox One X as part of Xbox's conference, showing off the Xbox One X's graphical potential, and Anthem looked and played incredible. If the game looks anything like that on release, it'll be the best looking game of the year, no doubt. That and the fact that there are permanently world-changing events in this RPG. One of the examples is Shaper Storms, so you get the storm come in and wreck up a bit of the environment, and it stays like that in that shared world environment permanently. As far as I can tell, I can't find anywhere that disproves that. I don't know how that works. Maybe it takes advantage of the cloud processing power that we are seeing for the likes of Crackdown 3 later on in the year. Hopefully. It didn't make it on the list because I'm not sure it'll actually release at all. Anthem looks incredible. Hopefully the story will be good with the writer they've hired. The gameplay looks stunning, and the combat looks really good as well. Hopefully that all of the other bits that make up a good RPG are there. And let's just hope that the end game is enough to keep people interested, because if it is, the replayability value of this game will be phenomenal. I can't wait to play it, and I really hope it's not disappointing. I'm going to rage out if it is. Please don't fuck it up, EA, and please don't let EA take control of everything BioWare. We do know they have a history of doing that. But it looks good. I cannot wait to play it. That is going to be the end of today's video though, guys. So if you did enjoy, please like and subscribe. I make videos like this on a weekly basis now, is the idea. Hopefully increasing that to 2 per week in the near future. These list videos are a favourite of mine. I like talking about video games, I like researching video games, and I have a real penchant for watching trailers and then editing them together for you guys. So if you do enjoy, like I said, like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. If you do watch this, let me know in the comments below what game you are most likely anticipating. I did see that Dark Souls got an announcement for a remaster on the Switch, so I can imagine a lot of Nintendo owners are quite excited for that. Let me know in the comments below what you're excited for, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching, and peace.